Maybe you've had this feeling before. Not often, just in certain moments. When things are going okay. Not great. Not terrible. Just okay. And somewhere in that okayness, a thought arrives. Is this it? Not a desperate thought, not a question with urgency, just a quiet one. Is this all there is? Because it doesn't come from despair. It doesn't come from loss. It comes from something harder to place. You have things, people, responsibilities, a life that functions. And most days, you move through it. You do what needs to be done. You show up. But sometimes, in the spaces between things, you notice something. A kind of hollowness. Not sadness. Not regret. Something quieter than both. Like something is missing, but you don't know what. And maybe that's the most unsettling part. Because you can't point to it. You can't fix what you can't name. And here's what makes it complicated. It's not that you wanted too much. It's that somewhere along the way, you stopped being sure what you wanted at all. You followed the path. You did the things that were supposed to matter. And some of them do. But some of them just are. They exist. You maintain them. And you're not sure anymore if you chose them or if you just never found a reason to leave. And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just life. But sometimes, that thought comes back. What if this is all there is? Not worse than you feared. Not better than you hoped. Just this. There's a version of this fear that people talk about. The midlife crisis. The breakdown. The moment someone walks away from everything. But most people don't have that moment. Carry it. They wake up. They go through the day. They come home. And somewhere underneath all of it, this question sits. Is this enough? Is this what it was supposed to feel like? Not in an ungrateful way, because you know what you have. You know how much worse things could be. But knowing that doesn't fill the thing that feels empty. And maybe that's the cruelest part of this kind of fear. It doesn't come from having nothing. It comes from having everything you were supposed to want and still feeling like something is missing. And here's the thing no one says out loud. Sometimes the fear isn't that things are bad. Sometimes the fear is that things are fine, and you still feel like this. Like there's a version of your life that looks exactly as it should, and yet something in you keeps asking, is there more to it than this? Not more possessions, not more achievement, something harder to name, more meaning, more aliveness. More of the feeling that you are actually living and not just maintaining. And maybe the fact that you feel this emptiness is not a sign that something is wrong with you. Maybe it's a sign that you haven't stopped looking for something more true. Because people who have completely given up don't feel empty. They feel nothing. But you still feel. Even if what you feel is the absence of something. That absence has a shape. And anything with a shape is pointing towards something real. So maybe the question isn't, is this all there is? Maybe the question is, what is it that I am actually looking for? Not a destination, not a better version of what you already have, but something underneath all of it. Something you might have stopped letting yourself want because it felt too uncertain, too late, too far from where you are now. But it's still there. That quiet pull, that persistent sense that something more true is possible. You wouldn't feel the emptiness if there wasn't something to fill it. And maybe that's not a sign that this is all there is. Maybe that's a sign that you're not done yet.